It's not surprising that Republicans are opposed to Wall Street reform. No Republicans voted for it at all when it passed the House. The Republican Party has pursued this unified strategy of saying no to everything in Congress while they're in the minority. It is not surprising they're against Wall Street reform. It is interesting, though, that they're explaining why they're against Wall Street reform by railing against something that's not at all recognizable in the bill in any way. Where do they get this stuff? Actually, we know where they're getting this stuff. You might remember back in February, we reported on a memo obtained by Sam Stein at the Huffington Post. It was a 17-page memo of suggested talking points for Republicans written by Republican pollster Frank Luntz. The memo advised Republicans how to not only kill Wall Street reform, but to gain the biggest possible political advantage from killing it. For example, in a section that's titled Words to Use, Mr. Luntz recommends that Republicans include never again in their anti-Wall Street reform speechifying.
Never again should taxpayers be expected to bail out Wall Street from its own mistakes.
Well done. Check. Mitch McConnell. Yeah. Back to the talking points here. Quote, frankly, the single best way to kill any legislation is to link it to the big bank bailout. Over to you.
We cannot allow endless taxpayer-funded bailouts for big Wall Street banks. We'll guarantee a perpetual taxpayer bailout of Wall Street banks. It will lead to endless taxpayer bailouts of Wall Street banks. That provides an endless opportunity for taxpayer bailouts of Wall Street banks. And this bill, make no mistake about it, is a permanent taxpayer bailout of Wall Street banks.
Go, man, go. You are so on point. I don't know if you'd call us at this point like a choir or a chorus. I was never all that clear on the differences between them. But altogether, you guys sound great. Another talking point from the memo is this, quote, taxpayers should not be held responsible for the failure of big business any longer. If a business is going to fail, no matter how big, let it fail.
We won't solve this problem until the biggest banks are allowed to fail.
Never mind, that's precisely what the Democrats are proposing too. Mitch McConnell, make some hay here. I know you can do it. It does take a little bit of the suspense out of this. But if you want to read for yourself the script that Republicans are reading from when they say Wall Street shouldn't be reformed, the script was leaked 2 months ago. And we have posted it on the Maddow blog today. You can follow along in the day's news as long as this is going to be debated. If you look at the client list of the author of that memo, I'm sure that the big Wall Street firms among those clients are delighted to see that the script is being followed with such attention to detail. The talking points are well crafted. They sound great. They are totally disconnected from the facts. But hey, in health reform, you don't think the people who invented the whole death panels idea thought that was real, do you? Reality is not exactly how this stuff works.